I'm Noodle Yeti, and welcome to Applegate. Today, I'd like to expand upon this little tourism island right in front of us. Not by a lot, just by a little bit. I'm thinking about putting down just a couple hotels, a few unique buildings, and a little bit of commercial to support those hotels. Why? Well, other than the fact that I want to, it's because I'm really trying to shift our tourism focus away from this peninsula over here and onto that nature island. Now, we already did the zoo/nature reserve last time, and so I'd like to actually help support that with a few more nature-focused unique buildings, as well as some hotels to help cover the costs of all of this stuff. As for the nitty-gritty, I'm going to put the hotels with a couple unique buildings and commercial on the left, and then I was thinking in this empty space over here on the right to take advantage some of the, I believe, the Seaside Resort unique buildings. I like the way they look. I know they're not too nature focused. It's just that, honestly, we don't really have a whole lot of nature focused unique buildings. However, I really like their aesthetic, and I think it'll be okay over here. It'll be almost like we have this little western strip or something, this western main road or something. I don't know. But either way, that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, so without further ado, I think we should just get right into building this all. We don't really have a whole lot I need to talk about a whole lot. So I was thinking that we needed to start by coming off of this interchange over here. I was going to do what I normally do and just immediately go into a roundabout here. I know I probably overuse these things, but I can't help it. I love them. And then from this roundabout, I was thinking if we'd only have two ways off of here. I was thinking one in this direction. I'll just kind of pull it off and drop it off over there. This was going to be where we have that like little western main strip area, but we're not too worried about that right now. And then from here, I want to come off and then follow along the beach a little bit. I want to follow just beyond this, all the sand to grass line over here. That's how I'm just going to follow it along. Now, for the hotel placement, I think this should actually be the first stuff we actually start putting down. We're going to go into here, go to the hotels tab. The ones I was thinking of to start, I actually want to start with this boat one. I want to put this boat one all the way on the left because the other hotels, I don't want to imagine that a lot of the boats at this boat hotel have to drive past all those other hotels. So I just want to put it somewhere over here. I'm thinking right there is perfectly fine. I think we're probably going to have to demolish that road a little bit further back. And then we come back in with our curved road tool. Ooh, that actually doesn't look very curved. I guess we might have to bring this even farther back than I want. I think that actually looks decent enough now. But I really want this boat hotel all the way on the end like this. Kind of pushed out of the way. But from here, this is where we can get into the other hotels. And this is the one that I wanted in this area from the moment I knew that I was doing all this stuff. So we have this one right here, the Ocean, what is it? Ocean Resort, where it kind of pushes off from the shoreline and out and into the water. I'm thinking just two of them. I don't want a whole lot of them. This side over here is too small in my opinion. I mean, maybe we can get away with a hotel right here. I don't know though. Yeah, kind of. Actually, you know what? I don't think that's too bad. I didn't really want that there originally, but now that I'm looking at it, I think it's kind of okay. I really don't like how it digs into the hill like that, but I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. And then for the last one, right over here is perfectly fine. And then from here, I actually was going to do something a little bit different here. I was actually just going to come straight off from the center node on each of these hotels here. Just like that. And actually with this one over here, I think I'm going to want to... something like that. I don't know. I didn't really have that one hotel right here planned out, so we'll kind of see how that one turns out. I might delete it later on, but I don't know. I kind of like how it fills the area in, so it's not going to be so empty over there. But from here, we want to look at the hotels. We can see that they require sightseeing and shopping. So shopping is probably going to be the tough one for us because we're actually going to have to zone in commercial buildings and then we're going to have to get electricity out here somehow. And I think you get the picture. But sightseeing, that one's easy enough. That one can be with unique buildings. And this is where we come through and we look at what kind of nature ones we have. I know we have this one here, the Bird and Bee Haven. I really like this one. I think it's kind of neat. And I was thinking of maybe just putting it somewhere over here. Let's see how far away we could put it and have it still count as sightseeing here. Turn up the speed. So it's 25 out of 50. If we move it right about here, 34 out of 50. I guess that'll kind of do. We could just leave it alone just like that. 34 out of 50. But then now we got to look for another one for these, or two more actually, for these other hotels. I actually really want to use this one, the Lungs of the City. I'm thinking that'll be perfectly, it fits the nature theme perfectly. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It's just that it has redwoods, these giant evergreen redwood trees, and we don't have any of that. So I think this is something that we're just gonna have to use our imagination with and pretend that it is a different kind of tree or something. And this one goes up to 50 out of 50. So maybe we can scoot this one over a little bit, maybe right there. See, does that work? That is still 50 out of 50. The reason why I want to keep scooting it over to see what happens is so that way we can help jump the power just a little bit easier between these places without having to use so many crazy... Actually, you know what? 49 is fine. We'll just leave it at 49. So we don't have to use so many of those electrical pylons. I really can't wait for City Skylines 2, how it has the electricity built into the roads. I think that's great. Electricity and water built in. Flawless. Perfect. Now, as far as the third one, I actually think we're going to have to go with this one, the Ziggurat Garden. I'm not too excited about that. We do have this Central Park, but it's way too huge, so I'm not even going to bother with that. And I don't think we have any other default nature-focused unique buildings. So I think we're really just going to have to go with that one. Let's see here. Does that one give it its sightseeing? It is not wanting to tell me. Oh, now they all have 0. I guess we're going to need to run some water and electricity out here real quick, just to make sure we get all this figured out. So I will be right back 1 second. All right, so I've got all the water and power lines set up, but we still need to jump power from the unique buildings to the hotels. And I think we actually have to do that in order to see... Yeah, it's not going to just show up on the sightseeing just yet. So we're going to come in through here with a district, and we're just going to paint the whole area over here, just like this. I'm going to bring it all the way over here as well. And then this one is going to have... Actually, I kind of want to bring it out over here, not going to lie. I think we're going to need to cover the entirety of the zoo as well. But we're going to come into here, come into policies, and select the helicopter priority. So that way we don't get any of those long trips from a police car way out on the mainland. And it's only the police helicopters that come out here. I believe we only have fire helicopters, but anyways. The next thing I wanted to do was to give this the theme for shopping malls. That's just that way we get the one set type of commercial building. Ooh, shoot, I should probably upgrade the roads in here, now that I'm thinking about it. And then we can come back through here with our little fancy zoning tools. Do something like that, just a little bit around the backside of these, gosh, what is this? Backside of the hotels over here. Oh, no, not there. Dang it. Actually, you know what? Little waterside buildings probably wouldn't hurt. But yeah, now we just gotta wait for these to grow in and jump their power. And I think we could actually probably move this Ziggurat Garden over just a little bit. Maybe right around there. Let's see how that affects its... Yeah, its sightseeing is still perfectly fine. And it even reduces the little cliff face behind it too. So maybe that's a good idea. But yeah, and let's see on its commercial capacity now. You could see the commercials definitely going up for this particular boat harbor thing over here, the boat hotel. But I don't think we're gonna reach the highest percents of this. But I think 80% is fine now to actually shove it all the way up to the highest price. We started at 2,000 a week in profit for this, so we'll let it settle after people start leaving and whatnot to see how much we're actually earning from that. This one's only 66%. How is it only 66% with all this commercial over here? I think something ain't right. So I think we're just gonna have to let this stuff zone in. But in the meantime, I'd like to actually start upgrading all this road over here. All the way down over here and even to this one here. But for this roundabout, same thing as all the other roundabouts. We're gonna go with a 3-lane one-way road and just come here straight through here just like this. Then we can demolish the stuff in the middle. And I'm actually going to leave this one as a dirt road for that whole western kind of vibe thing or whatever. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot about this one. We need to add in some unique buildings for this one as well. Oh my goodness. Maybe we could just add maybe another Seaside Resort building over here. Like maybe like a small one or something like that. Oh, but that's going to take up room from some commercial buildings. Oh, well, we can just add maybe 2 just like that, I think. Let's see how much its sightseeing goes up to. That did not help at all. What if we, Ooh, wait, hold on. Isn't there a... Let's delete these. I think Seaside Resort has some that actually go out into the water a little bit. Like... this one right here. Let's see if we can get it on the shoreline in a way that actually lines up with the dang place. Looks like we might have to bust out some terraforming tools if we really want to get this lined up with the shore. So give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to see if I can do some finagling here to get this not at an angle. Alright, so I got it. I really had to do some finagling there with the landscaping tools to basically flatten out the shoreline on the street side of this hotel, and then I could put this down in a way that actually kind of aligns with this. It was a lot more trouble than it was actually worth, but you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and that is that. But let's see what happened with its... oh my goodness, all right, well, 50 out of 50, there we go. I guess now all we need is some commercial buildings over here. Just add a few down, maybe right there. Do we even have water over here? Yes, we do. All right, so we've got all that. We've got all this. Now let's go around and check this stuff. Look at all that commercial over here. And it's only 28 out of 50, or 11 out of 20 for commercial. How does that happen? Look at that. It's all right over here. The entire area at the end of this hotel is all commercial. And yet somehow 11 out of 20. I don't understand. And then you come over here, 8 out of 12. Well, that one's still filling in. But this one's 40 out of 40, and it's the same amount of... in fact, I think that's actually even less commercial over here than... I wonder if it's because this one has its hotel pushed out into the water, so it might be harder to get the commercial and sightseeing out to it. But the sightseeing's fine on this one and this one. So I wonder what's going on with the commercial and why it's bad. But either way, we'll throw up the price on this one, throw up the price on that one. But this one I guess we don't get to, which is really strange, really weird. I wish there was another way that we could draw power out here besides these stupid pylons, but it is what it is. I won't complain too much about it. But yeah, that's the hotels that I wanted to put out here. I think it's pretty great. We look at this when we go through their profit. This one has a profit of 3,700, 1,700, 3,700, and 2,300. So that is quite a bit of money. That's, what is that, 7,000? That's probably around like what, 10,000 or so? Something like that. Over 10,000, maybe 11,000. I think over 11,000 actually. 11,000 in profit just from these hotels here. And for their unique buildings, 480, 480, 720, 1,400. So it's not even a whole lot. Which means that when we come over here to do our little like Western Street, we don't have to worry about adding more hotels over here and commercial buildings because all the hotels we have over here are already paying for it all. So that's great. I'm really happy about that. And I was thinking that we could possibly on this right-hand side, maybe do some of the longer Seaside Resort hotels or unique buildings. What I mean by that is like, you see how this one here is kind of long? It's not really that long. Then you get into another one, it's a little bit longer. I don't understand how that's shorter with the same amount of stories. I won't dwell on that too much. And then we got an even longer one over here. I think it's kind of neat. We can maybe even space these out a little bit. Let's see here if we can. Maybe push this down a couple units. Push this one down another 1 unit or something. We have a little bit of space in between them. We can bring the road a little bit farther out. Shoot, hello? What the heck just happened there? That was weird. I have no idea what just happened. Bring this out maybe another 2 units just like that. And then we can stick a small little road off the end here. So when we put another one down here at the end, we can put down... I want one that would look good from the very end. I think this one would look good, but it just doesn't sit center. And that's kind of a little awkward. Just, ooh, that one's same thing. It doesn't sit center. It's very unfortunate. What about this one? That one sits center, but it's really small. Ooh, that one does sit center, but everything's off center about it. Like the door is a little bit to the left and the pillars a little bit to the right. I don't know. I don't think that's a very good central thing. I don't know how to say it. I don't know another way of saying it. But I think you understand. So it looks like the only one that we have that sits center is... Let's see if I can even find it again. My goodness. Is that one right there. So I guess that's the one that we stick at the end. Something like that. But I didn't really explain why I wanted the space in between these over here. You see, we could take our paths... Oh, my goodness. Turn off road guidelines. Stop that. Take these paths and just bring them kind of back a little bit from here. Maybe something like that. We can have them all meet up. And then eventually we can actually wind this maybe straight towards the highway here. Curve it and bring it up. Go over the highway. Oh my goodness. Something like that. Oh wow, that is really tall. That is very, very tall. I think we're going to need to redo this with a smaller step. So let's go up by... Let's see, does 2 go across? No. Hello? There we go. Come out, up by 3, across. Then we can come down by 3. And then we can wind this over here to this area. So where they can walk from these unique buildings over to the train station and back. They don't need to... Oh my goodness, lordy, look at that traffic. Let's not think about that just yet. We're just going to keep on going. Keep on moving here. But I was actually thinking of bringing some roads off of these sides over here. So that way we can put down even more of these little tiny, little unique buildings over here. These little seaside resort buildings. I'm kind of liking this one. It's got that like corner look to it from over here where it's got like the balcony that wraps around. I think that kind of looks cool, especially from the junction there. We start off by coming in. Ooh, I don't know if I like that though. I like this one at the entrance because it's got the wraparound balcony as well. But this one I think we're gonna have to re-pick which one goes over here. Maybe something like that. So when you come in, you just see the balcony all the way around. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like that. In fact, we'll actually scoot this over a little bit just so that way it matches on this side. I don't know what we could use the space for, if we could just leave it empty. And then we could put the one that we had over here. Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and scoot this one over as well. Keep these little bits of space here. Maybe we can come back through with some of these pathways just like that. Just to kind of outline some of these buildings, I guess. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Pretend they're like little alleyways. Now, let's see here. Do we have what other ones do we want to put over here? We could put some of these larger ones, like maybe this one is across the street from that, and then we take another street and bring it down that way. Take a couple more of these, maybe. Ooh, I like that one. but it has good side profile, which means we might want to consider putting it somewhere else. That makes sense because it's got the little balconies on the sides. I think it'll be just fine for now, maybe. Ooh, and then this one we put... Oh, this one actually would have been good on this side down over here at the beginning. Just the way it looks, I think. Because let's see here, if we put this down, it's got like the balcony and all those pillars and whatnot. Or not pillars, but towers. So maybe we do want to move this one somewhere else. Let's just get these out of the way for now. Maybe something like that. Demolish that path. Then put this one down over here. Right there. So we get these really two big buildings that are just like, I don't know. I like it. I think it really fits right there. At least that's my opinion. I guess we don't need these alleyways anymore. But as for the rest of this, I don't know. Maybe we could just delete them for now. But we do got to look at the rest of this. Like, what are we even doing? What are we even placing over here? I don't think this one would go good. Maybe you can go good right here, because then as you're walking down this road, you could see the back balcony of this place. That kind of makes sense to me. Maybe we can put something like this over here. I don't know. I don't like this one either. Let's see, what about this? Oh my goodness, this one's massive. This one's huge. Holy cow. We could fit it right there. I don't know, but then that looks a little bit awkward because it's like way taller than the rest of the buildings. Although even as you go down, all the ones on this one side of the street on the left from this view, they're all quite a bit taller than the ones on the right. So I think that might actually be okay. But it just looks a little funny with this other one right here. So I don't know. Ooh, even better idea. Let's get rid of those and put this one down over here. I like that. Yeah. That way it's all one. We don't have to worry about two different buildings and that one that's kind of awkwardly smaller. Then we can throw this one somewhere else, like maybe back here. But I don't think we have any that'll fit behind in this little area. We'd have to shove it all the way over here. I don't know about that. Ooh, actually, we have one right here. Do you see that? This one. Yeah, you know what? We'll put that there. We'll scooch this one over just one more, or two more, I guess. And then we can put in a little bit of a dirt alleyway back here. I kind of like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Something like that. And I'm thinking this actually looks decent enough for a little western way. I mean, we just kind of got to put down some water over here, but I think that's it. Oh, and electricity, apparently. Hello? Hello? Are you going to work with me here? Does that work? There we go. And I kind of like that. We got like this little western, little, I don't know what to call it, like a ghost town or a little western town or something like that. And we've got all the hotels over here. I'm thinking it's pretty cool, and we're making a ton of money off of it. As you can see, we're generating it. Oh my goodness, the traffic actually goes out of the map. All right, so I'm going to sit here and kind of think about how to handle this traffic real quick, and I will be right back. All right, so it's a few days later. Not because it took me that long to figure out how to get rid of this traffic, but things came up. But anyways, I took some time to look at all of this, and I think there's a few things that we can do. I think at the interchange over there, we can do some lane math and add lanes where they need to be and whatnot. And then I think up there, directly up there at the train station, I noticed that there is a lack of public transportation over here. And I specifically saw it up there. I mean, I kind of figured there was because, you know, it's been a couple days and I was thinking, man, what did I do? What did I didn't do? And I realized I didn't do anything with public transportation today. And we just added in a whole bunch of these unique buildings without trying to manage them or care for them. And so basically, I think the first thing we should basically adapt the interchange to adapt public transportation. And so I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to come down here for the interchange. I'm going to pick out the 4-lane highway here, and we're just going to go back a couple units from either side of this. Now what this will do is it will create a choice around here as well as over here where that person just pulled in, where if the people need to keep going straight, they can, and basically it's a dedicated turn lane. That's what I'm trying to say here. But as for up here, I actually want to swap this one to a 2-lane highway, and same with over here. Because if we look at our routes view, I believe, yeah, there should be none from there, very little from there, and most are coming from here and then leaving this way as well. So I think these two off and on ramps should be the ones with the capacity. They should all have turn lanes. And then I believe it looks like, now that I'm sitting here looking at this, it looks like we have some junctions here. I actually think this will actually flow a lot better without them. I actually don't think we need them at all. And so we'll just speed this up, give that some time, and I think that should help clear up most of this. And oh my lord, is that a lot of traffic. Hopefully it clears that up. But I'm thinking that's actually it for the interchange. I think that should be okay. As long as we adapt our public transportation, I think this will then take care of itself. So if we come over here for the train, we look at the lines here. Oh my goodness. So that one seems to be kind of fine. It looks like it's a little bit behind. So I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to 2 trains because it looks like it just passed up a whole bunch of people at that stop there. Then we're going to go to train line 2, and this is the one that I was talking about. You can see we have 1,000 people at that bus stop over there, or that train stop over there. And that's just unacceptable. And I think this is going to call for the most amount of trains. I think maybe, let's try 5. I'm going to try 5, and if that's too many, we'll lower it. But I think that's what's going to be necessary in order to process just the sheer amount of people trying to use this train line. And I actually think that's the reason why we have so many people coming in, is because they're all over there waiting at that train line to get over here to our zoo, our nature reserve, and all of these unique buildings, and they're just waiting too long and they're just deciding to drive in. So I think that's what that'll do for this one. I think that'll be okay. I think we just have to give this time to clear out now. But as far as other transportation goes, this is where things are gonna get... So, because they're gonna come into this train station, and this is something I also noticed. So if we come down here and we see these people who just hopped into their cars, this person right here hopped into their car and is about to drive, but where they're driving to is in the nature reserve. So instead of just walking across the street here and then into the nature reserve, this person is driving around the roundabout and then into the nature reserve. I don't know how to stop that. It's ridiculous. You could see a bunch of people over here doing it. Like, why? What is the point of this? Why are you guys doing this? It's really dumb. It's really silly. Can you guys please not? But I think that has to do with a failure of planning on my part, a failure of road network design. Of course, obviously, it is a part of the game where these people will just whip a car out of nowhere. There are mods you can get for that, but... So I guess technically it starts with the downfall of the game where people could just whip out a car. It's stupid, it's silly, but they can do it. But I know this, and I designed this like this, thinking that this walkway through the middle would be adequate, but it's not, and that's my fault. So I think I can either redesign this whole little thing over here to make this entire thing a giant roundabout, or just deal with it. And you know what? I think I'm going to make this giant entire thing a roundabout. So that way the fastest route is always going to be to walk across. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my camera and I'll time lapse this for you just to kind of show what I had in mind. All right. right, so here we are, and this is what I meant by changing this into a big loop over here or whatever. Now, I don't know how effective this will be, and I don't really like it. I think it's too much road. It's more road than I wanted to put over here, but it is what it is. As long as it'll stop people from doing that really dumb thing of driving from the train station to the zoo, I'm fine with that. So, but as you can tell, I also upgraded this road to have a bus lane with a regular compact bus station over here. It doesn't have a whole lot of bus stops here, so we're going to have to keep that in mind with how many bus routes we put over here. Personally, I'm thinking because we have this pedestrian path with bridge that goes over here into this area, we don't need a bus stop that goes directly here. So I think we can get away with putting down one there, putting the other one maybe somewhere in the middle over here, maybe right around here. Let's put it right there. And then we can bring it back and connect it up. And now when we think about this, all the intercity methods that this train station has access to is the airport, the train station in the peninsula, which also has access to the harbor within walking distance. The only one it doesn't have access to is going to be the intercity bus station. So I think we should actually have a route. I'm going to put it the one farthest on the right over here and connect it from there. If I could find our intercity bus station, all the way over here onto the right side there. And then we can bring it all the way back and connect it back up again. Now you got to remember, we do want to come in here and go to our lines overview and readjust the number of buses, because this is going to put a ridiculous amount of buses. Like just this local one that transports across the island here has 9 buses. I'm going to swap it to the 65 double-decker. Then I'm going to lower this to 2 buses. I think 2 should be fine for now. At least we'll see. When I go back later after the detailing and things have settled. Oh my goodness, 42 buses on this line. Alright, so we're going to go double-decker bus again. And we're actually going to lower this one down to, I'd say, let's try 6 for now. If we can get it there. There we go. 6 buses, and we'll see how that does. Now, obviously, you can see we have it on a pedestrian road, so we're going to need to come in through here with our pedestrian thing. Just come through just like that. I'm going to bring this all the way over to the other side over here. I'm thinking this little nook right here will be good for our, what's it called? The service point. But I don't want this to just service that one little thing. I'm thinking we could also bring it across over to these areas. And then we can have it come across over and handle all of the unique buildings as well. Just that way, when the tourists are in these areas, they don't have to deal with looking at and smelling garbage trucks and whatnot. We can just pretend that, I don't know, who knows, maybe these people, or maybe these hotels transport their garbage over in smaller vehicles that aren't as obvious and smelly or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something here. And of course, I'll go back through later and clean all this up. But for now, we just wanted to get the thing set up. And then we want to come through here and get our roads set up here. Or our little service point area set up. So I'm going to come out by... Ooh, I think this is where we want to actually start curving it. Because I want to bring this down and over... We'll just leave it right there for now. But we do want to have a road that comes off maybe right over here. And then we can do maybe a road, I don't know, right there. Does that look good? Looks good to me. So then we want to come in with our service point. Now I'm just going to do one of these larger service points. I'm going to do something maybe that right there. And then we can connect this road up over here. Make sure that didn't create a new district, because that would be a pain, which it didn't, so we're good. And I think that should be okay. I'm going to check our electricity and water real quick. Alright, so I got all that done as well. We got our pedestrian area service point done, so we should stop seeing vehicles like this driving all the way in to drop off at commercial. Oh, no, that's right. In order to do that, we have to have the deliver everything. So we're going to do deliver everything, street music, and slow driving. I think that'll be best. I think the slow driving will help encourage people to either walk or take public transit around here. But we don't really have a whole lot, so I think we're going to see people driving anyways. That's okay. And I think that should do it for now. We only have 2 bus stops over here. And I think in the future, when we add in more tourism over here in this area, I think that's when we'll add in the next stop. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. I think, should we have a bus stop over here? What do you guys, I don't know. What do you think? Should I have a bus stop in this area? Or should I make more people walk like this? I don't know. I just don't know. But either way, I think we should see a lot less people over here hopping into cars or whatever just to get to the zoo. And if we look over here, the traffic has been cleared up quite a bit. This is a lot better. I'm thinking that's all we really had to do was just redesign and readjust our lines. So if we come in here, what was it? Train line 2. So we still have some that are getting up into the 200s for passengers. I don't know if that's because we're at the tail end of things, you know, clearing up. So I think I will just double check this again once, gosh. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. All right, so maybe we want 3 buses on this one. But once things settle down, that's what I'm trying to say. We'll go back and we'll take a look at the bus lines or whatever. And train lines to see if it's too much or not enough. But yeah, I'm really liking this addition to our little tourism island. We got some hotels, some commercial. We've got a shuttle that'll take them from their hotel area over to the zoo and train station. And the train station, which will either take them out of town or all over the city. I'm thinking things are looking pretty good. I'm kind of happy with this. I think all that's left is to detail the place up. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I hope you enjoy. Before I detail though, I just want to say goodbye because that'll be how I'll just leave off on that. Thank you for watching. Next week we will be in that, well, you can't see it now, but in the area that I showed you where we'll be adding more tourism, that's where we'll be adding it. And I think City Skylines 2 is coming out very soon, I think shortly after that episode, so I think that'll be my last video of City Skylines 1. I'm really excited for City Skylines 2. Unfortunately, my internet's not good enough to stream it, so I can't stream the gameplay, so you guys have an accurate... Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people playing the game, so you won't need me, but I'm not going to be able to stream it, but I will try to put out guides as soon as I actually understand what's going on. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this time lapse, and I will see you in the future. Bye for now.